Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and today I want to talk to you about shin splints. The interesting thing is over these last 73 days, I haven't really discussed shin splints in a way that is beneficial or helpful. A lot of individuals, a lot of people will come in and they have significant pain on the front of their leg. So if you look at the leg here, you got the front, they'll get pain either on the inside of their leg or on the outside of their leg, and they're actually getting pretty significant discomfort and pain when they run or walk or even move around, and they're told they have shin splints. So why are shin splints a problem? We'll go back to why they happen here in just a second, but why are they a problem? Number one, pain. And the pain seems to increase and get worse when you're functioning and doing the things that you love to do. So if you're a runner, you're a soccer player, you're a basketball player, whatever, you're doing these activities and they cause discomfort and pain, and it hurts all the time, and it starts to interfere, and you have a limp, and you get to the point where even walking across the street or doing those kind of things can be pretty significant pain. The other reason is if you continue to function in this area where you're having these types of pain, we can actually get stress fractures secondary to these shin splint type issues where you're getting continued stress in that area and you fracture the bone in the process, and it makes a lot bigger problem, a lot longer recovery. So why do shin splints happen? The idea is because of the way that you walk or run, you're overworking certain muscles, and the body is designed to function a certain way. And if you overwork certain muscles, when you work a muscle, as you know, that muscle gets stronger, gets bigger. If you're overworking the certain muscles and you're not working the other muscles, you could actually strengthen that muscle to the point where it's overpowering the other muscles, and it starts to cause discomfort and pain to the point that you can have muscles pulling off of the bone, and they get pretty significantly painful. And that's kind of the idea of why you get the symptoms of shin splints. So the most common reason that I've seen it in runners is because of the way that they run. If they overpronate or they oversupinate in the process, they're actually working certain muscles in a certain way. You could make this worse by running on roads that are canted. Most roads, instead of being completely flat, they actually curve down on the sides. And so if you're always running against traffic or you're always running with traffic, for example, then the idea is you have one leg that's lower than the other, and you're working different muscle groups more than the other. Commonly when I run, I'm kind of funny to watch because when I'm running down the road, all of a sudden I'll change sides of the road. I'll switch sides of the road because I start to feel the muscles being overworked because I know what I'm looking for, I know what I'm expecting. And as they start to get overworked, I switch sides. And what it does, it changes the muscle groups to the other sides of the legs to reduce the chance of getting shin splints. So by adjusting the way you run, you can actually help this. So there's a process, there's a stepwise process that we typically go through to prevent shin splints. Number one, you want to start training slowly. Don't overtrain, don't start too quickly. You increase your chances of getting shin splints. Number two, you want to train appropriately. Like I said, you may need to be switching sides of the road, those kind of things. Number three, you want the appropriate equipment. That can be shoes. Truthfully, that can also be specialized inserts or orthotics. The goal of an orthotic is to prevent shin splints long term. So you don't have to worry as much about your training regimen and all that kind of stuff because it's changing your feet to a neutral position where the muscles are always working in unison as opposed to working certain muscle groups over the others. Orthotics are a great option. It's a good way to prevent shin splints. It's also a good way to treat shin splints. But the point is, once you have pain, there's really only a couple different ways that you can actually get your shin splints gone. Number one is to completely stop the activity. And over a period of 2 to 4 weeks, you can actually resolve it. It can get better. Number two, you can actually treat the area. That can be done with laser, for example. You can actually do laser to the area, and it will actually decrease swelling, decrease pain, and stimulate healing. But you also want to figure out what's causing the discomfort. So if you're treating it, you also say, okay, I don't want to keep damaging it while I'm trying to treat it. And so there's other things that you can do. Physical therapy, similarly, there's things that they can do to reduce the discomfort and help it repair in the process. But at the same time, you're going to want to take the stress off. One way to do that is to do a shin splint taping of the legs. The best way to do it is you tape from the ankle going up, and you're crossing in front of the leg. So you're bringing everything up, crossing, and you go the next strap, crossing, next strap, crossing, going all the way up the leg. And what you're doing is you're pulling the muscles to the bones so they can't pull off. An easier way that we commonly will use, that a lot of people will do, that I had my college soccer player do, for example, when she started to get shin splints, is you can put on a compression sleeve. By putting on a compression sleeve, you're doing the same thing. You're pushing you're holding the muscles, not allowing them to pull up away from it. And a lot of times that can eliminate the pain while you give it time to recover. Though it is recommended that you do something to help it recover at the same time. So if you have pretty significant shin splints, you can treat them that way. You also could ice them, especially after activities. You could use ibuprofen or other anti-inflammatories as needed to reduce the inflammation, reduce the pain in that type of situation. So it is beneficial. It does help. You can do it that way, that kind of a thing. So the truth is, there are really things you can do to prevent and treat shin splints. I do recommend that if you find that you're getting shin splints on a regular basis, that you get evaluated and figure out why it's happening so that you can get treated. Like I said, a really good option is to get into custom orthotics that change the way you walk, change the way you run, and allow you to continue to do the activities you want without continuing to have shin splints. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and this is your Podiatry Tips, Day 74, Shin Splints. Let's keep you running, let's keep you enjoying your activities, and let's eliminate the pain.